All right. Welcome back to your favorite podcast, the DMV Mixtape Show. It's your boy Big Mad Dog, aka Big Bobby, aka Bobito, aka Bobby Boucher from around the way. And I got the MTS crew alongside as usual. Let's go ahead and start down in GA. The man that put this thing together so you can see us live tonight. This is the first time. Let me start with that. Let's mention this is the first time in DMV Mixtape Show history we are going live on the Instagrams. And my cousin was the one to put together. So everybody, put your hands together for Jorge down in GA.
What's going on, everybody? How y'all doing today?
So great, cousin, doing great. What's going on with you? Tell us how you've been doing so far.
I'm chilling today, man. You know, ain't making no noise. And not making no noise.
Okay. All right, I hear you. Let's go ahead and shoot over to VA, my other brother from another month. LTW, Big Wardy. Say what's up to the party people.
What's going on, everybody? How's everybody doing out there? You see it. How's everybody out there doing? And I guess what we on Facebook, Instagram, I don't know. We somewhere.
We on the gram right now.
Okay, we Mark Zuckerberg land regardless. What's up, everybody? How's everybody doing?
Don't feel bad. They call
live in there, we chilling. You know what I'm saying?
Uh-huh.
That's a man needs
to have our face the way the camera's angle. I'm trying to. You can see Jeff. You can see Bobby's shoulder. You know what I mean? So.
Okay, you know, can they see me?
Oh, we can see you.
We can see your shirt right now, B. You looking good right there.
You can't see the whole. You can't see the face though. You can't see the head.
We got all the loveliness that is LTW.
Yeah.
Left over there, we see you.
All right.
Yes, indeed.
All right. Yes, sir. You know what I'm saying? As it is in the new day. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, indeed.
What generation are we? Are we Generation X or something?
I don't remember. It's some weird letter designator. I don't recall right now.
We're 80s, baby. We're survivors.
Okay. And we got my man in the studio at the ammo dump, El Jefe. Say what's up to the party people there, buddy.
What's up, party people? I'll tell you what, I was a little worried when I realized you're going to see our faces. I thought our numbers were just crater and drop.
Numbers going to go down, right?
Well, until I saw Ward get on camera, then I was like, you know what?
We got a chance.
We got a chance right now.
Chance with Ward on the camera.
Yeah, it seems to be. I mean, like I said, young Isaac is looking, quite fetching over there. I'm pretty sure the ladies will be in agreement with that.
Yeah, ladies, hit me up on my IG. I don't even know what's my IG tag.
You don't know what your IG is, dude?
Oh, and then like Mr. _ Ward, all lowercase. Yeah, that's it.
There you go, Jesus.
Yeah, holler at a player, you know.
Ooh, don't get mad, ladies, if you forget your name because you can't even remember your name.
I can't take you out no fancy restaurant, but I can cook you. I can bake you a mean pork chop though. You know. You know, we drink on some whiskey, tequila, whatever you choose, and we, see what happens.
Well, keep it very sexy and keep it very professional.
Yeah.
That's how this
turn on my R&B 2 playlist,
Hey, you're cheating people right now, though, Mr. Ward, because we can't even see you, brother. Come on, son. What are you doing? You're supposed to be advertising when you got your shit off. What the fuck is you doing? Come on, son. You can't do that this time. You can't
give me a second.
Oh, now you got a disco lights on.
Yeah, there we go.
There we go. All right.
I will be checking out, prepare
No. Can't do that on the live. You can't do that on the live. Got to be out. The people got to see that. They got to see their favorite.
Warrants in certain jurisdictions, so
the fact that you own here, you already messed that up. So
as long as you ain't
not at all, son. You're still gonna be tracked on, boys. It's still gonna go down.
So what we getting into?
We didn't get to Jeff yet. You supposed to skip over
Jeff. Jeff was talking.
No, he didn't introduce him. He was just responding to what you were saying. Come on, man, give him another shine. We got the last member, never the last, but never least. My homeboy El Jefe in the studio. I already did this, right?
Yeah,
I did this. All right, never mind. You're right, Woody.
We're good.
Never mind. El Jefe.
Hey, let me ask a question right quick, though. If I want to put on my IG right quick, promoting that we on Instagram Live right now, what do I tag like the people to watch?
Tag DMV Mixtape Show, brother.
Okay.
DMV Mixtape Show.
There you go. I think that's it right there. So, anyway, we're gonna get started, y'all. As we do at this time, weekly roundtable, where we go over a number of different subjects, mix it up, L mixtape style. And this week we got a couple of different things to talk about. Of course, as every week in America, just does not seem to leave any kind of room for lack of, I guess, engagement or whatever, just crazy stuff. We're gonna go ahead and start off with the craziest of the crazy. My man, Lil Nas X. So he has had, well, when we first did the production meeting, it was only one thing. Since then, it's morphed into two. So Mr. Nas X, Lil Nas X has got a couple of things going on, and neither one of them seem to be pleasing to the Christian eye. The first thing that we saw was a release of a Nike-esque shoe, and I say that for a reason, and we're going to get into that. That was basically a satanic, homage with it completed with allegedly, I guess, a drop of human blood in the sole where the Air Max bubble is and the other fluid is. Pentagrams, devil scriptures, all that. And then after that little bombshell drop, we then hear about this lap dance in hell that he did on the video or something to that effect. So we're gonna bring it back to the shoe. So the shoe looks like an Air Max. Mm-hmm. I mean, if you didn't know any better,
it is an Air Max.
It is.
Yeah, it's an Air Max 97.
And we explained how what I want to talk about it offline, but we'll explain how that could happen because Nike has basically gone out there already in front of us and said, "Hey, this is not our shoe." I think, but it is their shoe technically, right?
Well, what Nike said is that.
Go ahead, John.
Well, what Nike said is that they don't authorize the shoe. They did not deny that it wasn't their shoes. Now, this is the funny thing is, it's possible it could be their shoe, and they altered it, which in that case could cause a little feedback for the sneaker customization community because people customize sneakers. And Bobby, I can hear you.
You got it?
Yeah. No, I was just saying that people customize shoes and they pretty much when you customize shoes, they sell them. And, that's been fine for the sneaker community. But from what I understand is that what they're doing now is mass producing the sneakers that can actually is really the cause of the issue. So this is going to be interesting how it plays out. But as far as the sneaker community, everybody's watching to see which way this goes because this could have an impact on how people customize. And Nike is one of the biggest shoes that people actually customize. So this is interesting.
So, I mean, there's implications of other things. Well, I mean, again, like you're saying, this is not out of the norm. It's done before. It's just, the most eye-browsing variant of what's already happened.
Well, the thing is that, people bought shoes and done all kind of crazy stuff with them before. You know what I mean? And that's been legal. Now, from what I understand, the standpoint that Nike is suing them over is because of the quantity of the shoes they had. They said for anybody to get that many of one model of a shoe is most likely counterfeit. And if not, you're reproducing, you're mass selling Nike shoes unauthorized. So that's where the company has the big issue from. If they'd have made like 5 or 6, they might have been okay. But to make 666, that's what's going to really cause a problem for them.
Okay, okay, I got you. Okay, go ahead. I'm sorry. Go ahead, Omar.
Yeah, no, it's going to be interesting how it all plays out. To be honest with you.
Okay, so I mean, go ahead, Ward.
This is a classic case of selling your soul. I mean, let's be real. We know why I was done for publicity to get people doing what they're doing now, talking about it. It's ridiculous on so many levels. It's ridiculous. It's just stupid. We all know it's stupid. You know what I'm saying? I ain't paying on no mind. The video for what I hear is ridiculous. And I hope my kids haven't seen it. Well, they don't like him no way, so. It's crazy, man. We talking about giving the devil a lap dance. He's dressed in a boosty head. I mean, come on, man. Yeah. Come on, man. Where's mama at, man?
I mean,
Slap him in the forehead.
He's not the first, and he's not the last
Oh no,
to
hey
use
man,
satanic reference.
like you say, if it bleeds the lead, controversy sells, man.
Right.
That's all people like talking about is negative stuff.
Right. And especially in this culture that we're presently in, it just seems to be a bigger power play, especially if you're trying to get your name out there and be a certain tier of entertainer or artist, whatever.
And the crazy thing is, I guarantee that shoe sell out when people are going to resell them at a ridiculous rate.
Oh, no doubt.
And I must say, if that was some of my blood in the air bubble of that shoe, I want points. I want points off them sneakers, Jim. I want straight points off them sneakers.
Oh, wow.
That is ridiculous.
Part of me,
What I saw, it was just ridiculous, yo.
Do they know whose blood that is?
I don't know.
They say it's human blood. I don't know if they know who knows, man.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know.
So
I find that kind of hard. I kind of find
permission, I guess, right?
They probably would have. They would have.
I kind of find that hard to believe though, because that's biohazard. Like,
it could be just a talking point. They may not literally have blood in them. It could just be want to get as part of their marketing scheme.
Have you noticed
he knows Ferratu or something, don't he? God dang.
Hey, what'd you say there, Jeff?
I was just saying, have you noticed how blatant people are getting now with the whole theme things? It's just kind of out in your face, like it's never but like it's never been in my lifetime anyway.
I mean, it's always been around.
It's always been around.
But
I was just saying, not in the mainstream. It's always been underground because it was never as acceptable.
I mean, Marilyn Manson, Black Sabbath. Yeah, a lot of that stuff had Satan-esque latent themes in it.
All for record sales. But the name of the company that made the shoe is called Mischief. They made a Jesus sneaker, Air Max 2. Which I don't know why they ain't talking about that one. Yeah, and that one was selling for like over $1,500 or something. They made like other like custom sneakers for like a Chick-fil-A Air Max that was kind of dope if you look it up. That was kind of flat.
Is it art or is it a?
It just, I mean, you got a lot of offshoot companies that take sneakers and put their own style to it. Like how Virgil did with his Jordan brand. You know, them Virgil, them all-white Jordans go for what? $5,000-$6,000 resale on the market.
Right.
It's just all about brand, getting a brand. If people like your brand, people gonna pay for it.
Right.
Well, the thing is like, people have been biting off of Nike style for a minute. Remember, like Babes when they first came out.
They
Force Ones.
Yeah, just with a different check mark. That was it.
The sneakers like that. It's just that, the thing about it is like Nike probably would have let this company got away with it, but that devil worshiping stuff goes against it. Could tarnish their brand, so it's like they had to speak up against it. Like
it's a
that's
business
not something that's very mainstream. So
nobody should be playing with the devil, even though I got my own beliefs about it, but nobody should be playing with no kind of evil, There's no good come out of that.
Hey, well, some people seem to argue against that with you there, buddy. Like I said, it's not the first, it's not going to be the last, and it's not going to be like this is not going to be a profitable endeavor for this gentleman. Then the other thing, like you said, the whole lap dance video, that was crazy as well. It's just like,
what's wrong with your boy, man?
Did y'all see it? I haven't watched it. I don't want to watch it.
I watched it one time.
Have y'all seen it?
I watched it one time.
You did see it.
It was.
And it's that bad.
It's crazy, man.
Yeah,
it's like what we're talking about. It's 100% for shock value. You're trying to ruffle people's feathers, get them to talk about you. And hey, again, that's your lane right now. You're trying to be provocative. You came in nice with the cowboy routine. Now you in the door. Let me keep it going and start some other stuff up and take another level. And that's all I take it as. The man, he's trying to make an attempt to make a run on something. This is the way he's doing it. I may not agree with it, but that's what it is.
To me, that makes it especially insidious because he came up with entertaining children. So he probably has a lot of really young fans, and now they're seeing this devil worship stuff.
That's part of the hook.
Oh, somebody brought that up to him, though. I forgot what. It was a rapper that said something about that, was speaking out against it the weekend. And his reply was, well, Old Town Road was about Papa Molly and adultery. which I didn't hear that in the song. I heard the
I didn't
song
hear
a
that
million
in the
times.
song.
Me neither. But
So he tried to say, so jokes on y'all for letting y'all kids listen to the old country road, and that's what it's about. I had no idea that's what that song was about. I thought
I
it
had
was about riding a horse in
It was about
the
what?
town.
It was about what?
Popping
Huh?
mollies and
He
adultery.
said the song is about Papa Molly's and adultery. Because he was
Oh,
like, people were making an argument like, you made Old Town Road, kids look up to you. He said, well, jokes on y'all because Old Town Road was about Papa Molly
well,
and
I mean,
he
committing
said that,
adultery.
or somebody else said
No,
that.
look, he said it. The
Lil
little
X said
X
that.
dude, yeah,
Oh wow,
yep. That was
wow,
I forgot which rapper made that comment. That was his response to him. Because kids
wow.
did love this. I'm like, you had
No
kids,
doubt.
kids that was dancing to the song around
Families,
the
not
world.
just
Yeah,
kids, families.
it
Yeah,
had a
that
little
was.
hook. Yeah.
Yeah, it was very catchy, very niche,
Hey man,
very.
but like I said, he maybe he ain't had a hit since he had to do something. Who knows? You know.
Like I said, I just look at it as again this current climate and how people, trying to move the mark. They do the wild stuff that gets you more like we talked about earlier, bleeds and leads. If you get some wild eyebrows and stuff, you're gonna be in the front of the paper for a little bit or in front of the feed for a little bit, and that's all you're trying to do because that means money for you. Because again, especially you sell these sneakers off, you know, that's some money in that man's pocket.
you got an album coming out or something?
I don't know. Don't know.
Yeah.
Well, he just dropped that song, but anyway, man.
Now let's move on. All right, so the next thing is this one happened locally where we had a Uber Eats delivery gentleman get carjacked downtown DC. 13 and a 15-year-old young lady. The video was out there. Unfortunately, the gentleman that was trying to defend and keep his property from being stolen lost his life. It was a horrific crash. And again, just senseless loss of life. And for what? And this was close to home, so we felt like we had to talk about it. I remember, I think Ward had sent it to me first. And I was looking at it and I was like, it's over there by, what was it again, Jeff? We were talking about?
Over there, the convention center.
Yeah, the convention center. Yep, convention center in DC. And I remember, Uber, I used to do that for a little while. So this is kind of personally, and this is one of the areas I used to hang out at. So when I first saw the video, that's the first thing that messed me up was, damn, I used to hang out around there all the time. God bless me. I never had no issues. But this could have happened to me. That's first thing whenever you see something close to you, you're like, damn, that could have been me.
Mm-hmm.
And in that whole breath, I'm looking at everything that happened. Like the gentleman was like standing up outside of the car door, struggling with the young ladies in the car. You can't really see very well in the vehicle from the tent and the angle that they have it at. You hear him screaming, you hear him shuffling, you hear the engine rev, but it doesn't move at first, and then all of a sudden it takes off and shoots down the street, hits something on the side. I think it was either a light pole or something. And the guy, like I said, mind you, is in the door, standing up while that's happening. And then they get down there the street. You can't see on the video, but you hear this terrific accident. Like when we and Ward were talking about it, it sounded like something out of a movie. Just when the impact hit. And then they run down the street and you see the car turned over on its side. The man that was in the door up against on the floor, motionless, face down, shoes, other debris all over the place. And you see the last young lady climbing out, and there's some service members there, like army dogs, and they're gathering up and securing this area. And the people that are recording are letting them know what happened. And they call the cops and get those girls, don't let them leave. And it's just like, for what?
Right.
For what, young ladies? Because now your life is pretty much done.
Yep.
This gentleman's family, who's out there to support, obviously help his family out. That's why he's doing this Uber Eats. He's gone.
Yep.
They lose a provider, a family member, and for what? What the fuck? Doesn't make any fucking sense.
I woke up thinking he was just going to go to work, come home.
And guess what? That did not happen. Because somebody wanted to take your car. And then at the other thing too, if I'm being honest, 2020 is always, hindsight, right? My man, I get you wanted to keep the car, but if you couldn't control or fight these young ladies off,
yeah.
my thing is, and I tell my kids this, just let it go.
Yeah.
We can replace whatever, car, money, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
If that person is being that crazy about it, it's not worth your life. Right? It's just any way you look at it, it's hard. It's difficult for me to process. What do you feel about that there?
It's sad, man, because what happens a lot of times with situations where carjacking is on the rise in the area for some reason over the last year. But what happens is these guys will pay these kids $2,000-$3,000 to steal cars because if they get caught, they don't go to jail. They go to booking, and then all they gotta do is community service, no jail time, because the juvenile system is so backed up. They're not can't put everybody in juvie. So then that's a lot of times what happens. And I'm not saying that's what was going on in this case, but that's a lot of times what happens. And I mean, you see, it's amazing to me. Dead man laying on the ground, girl talking about, "Oh, I need to get my phone. I need to get my phone." Car turned up on the side. Show you the mentality, man. You know what I'm saying? It kind of hit me kind of crazy because it's like my daughters. That's the age of my daughter, 15 and 13. I could not imagine what the parents are going through. You know what I'm saying? Like you hurt, you sad, you feel for your kids, but at the same time you want to kill them. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, real talk.
Life is ruined.
Right. I can't do anything for you, and you did this for what? And your life is gone, and I got to watch this process play out. If their parents are involved in their lives, that's another thing. We don't know that narrative. That could be another motivating factor why they felt like it was okay to do or they needed to do.
And like you say, man, just let it go. I know guys sometimes we got pride with certain stuff, don't want to be punked down. You know what I'm saying? You got a nice car, I got a nice car. I used to drive a bucket for years, and when God blessed me to get something nice, I got something nice. But it ain't no way. It ain't worth my life. I tell you what, I'll walk away. Here you go. You can have it, take it. Take everything in it. You know what I'm saying? Ain't that serious. That stuff can be replaced.
Yeah.
All this tough guy, you gonna have to take it off me, take it off me. Nah, you can have it.
It's just that's not worth it at the end of the day. It just, again, things can be replaced. I just don't understand how, people, we've done that one to them. It was crazy. Again,
and seeing it in broad daylight, in downtown DC where it used to just be in the convention center, it's just.
It doesn't make any sense. Like my thing is always, if it doesn't make sense logically, there's no I can't point to, well, you did it for this reason.
Oh no,
I struggle for it. That I can't.
Your rational mind can't process it.
Right.
My brother told me. I'm sorry.
Go ahead.
My brother told me a story up there a couple of months ago in DC that this 14-year-old girl was setting cats up on Tinder and carjacking them. They'll meet them in the spot. Next thing you know, cats jump out on them to take the car, peel off.
Wow,
it's crazy.
I mean, you got to watch out for that stuff because it's out there. I unfortunately had a friend lose his brother because on some scamming stuff with two young ladies. You got to pay attention to what's going on around you. Unfortunately, you can't trust everybody. You got to have your guard up. You got to, because everybody's not for you. Just not. It's just the unfortunate truth of life. You would like to think that everybody in your circle is there for you to cheer you on and motivate you and be honestly and earnestly happy with your success and whatever good comes to you. Excuse me. But it's not that way. And that's, the whole narrative with a lot of the stuff in our culture right now, especially with social media and how that's changed how people live life. A lot of people willing to throw their life away for a couple of clicks.
Right. Pride.
Yeah. Pride and just the addiction to try to be famous, I guess.
Yeah.
And Jay talked about that shit in the song, that's a serious drug, fame.
Mm-hmm.
People are willing to do whatever to get that fame.
Fame.
Fuck your whole life up for 15 seconds of fame, baby. Whatever. All right.
man.
Yeah, he is dumb. Is that yeah? It goes. I don't want doing that robot sketchy joint.
I thought that was Africa Bambaataa for a minute.
Nah, that's straight on Weezy.
Okay.
Shit, Mike, bro.
Well, I'm trying to digitize.
Yeah, it was
Hey, man.
Sorry, you good?
Was Planet Rock coming on for a second?
Yeah,
Nah,
we're working
just
out the kinks, you
we
know.
working out. We good.
Do it
We
live.
good. Do it live. That's what we do. So anyway, we got the last subject of the weekly roundtable is the current case going up in is it Minneapolis, right? Derek, how do you say that dude's name? I always mess it up.
They ain't even worth
Chavi?
it.
Yeah, Derek Chava, whatever.
Chopping.
There's
There you go.
Chavez,
Yes. The trial.
Derek the murderer.
There you go. So allegedly.
Yeah, allegedly, man. It's the whole world.
I mean, I'm not getting sued by nobody.
Right.
Getting sued by a man to kill somebody.
Right.
It can happen.
Definitely alleged.
It can happen until it gets worse.
again.
Right.
I'm backstage again.
Allegedly.
So anyway, this trial has been covered, and differently than any other trial that I've ever seen, especially in this type of situation where you're getting in court, um, in court a view of what's going on,
Testimony.
watching witness testimony. Yeah, watching witnesses' testimonies as it's happening, the court and everything like that, seeing the defense as well as the prosecution. So, the veil is being lifted, and also we got the great, technological, different maker of actually having the video, multiple videos. It's like we saw that one or two for last year, but now that the case is actively going, you're getting to see how much tape that they had in different angles. Like you can pretty much walk through from the initial interaction to the last moment with all the footage that they have. So that to me is a different aspect. As a watching a public trial. Now we've had in a couple of our couple of major trials in our lifetimes, from O.J. Simpson to the Rodney King thing, where you just you got to see bits and pieces. What you were excluded from the actual process of how it went down in the court. This is a different wrinkle for me because you get to especially see when the witnesses are reliving this horrible day and their emotional response. Of course, you don't get to see the jury and their response to it, but as a casual passerby, it's just it's hard to not be emotionally engaged when you're hearing and watching what happened alongside with commentary of people that were actually there, from young to old. I think we're on day 3, and today's coverage was just as emotional as everything else that I've ever seen from the first day. The one that stood out to me was an older gentleman who was apparently out there trying to, keep the peace. Tell, George, just, hey man, it's over. They got the handcuffs on you, brother. Just go with them. And he's, the whole time he's just trying to be bring peace to the situation. And he had to sit there and watch what happened to that man and listen to that. And he had, and again, like everybody else, he got to a point where he had to take a break. And it just was like crazy. And I remember hearing one of the commentators talking about yesterday at the end of the coverage with the younger people and everybody in general that, we don't think about the effect of the people that witnessed this. They got to do a lot of mental health work to get themselves to some place of normalcy. They'll never be the same again. And, this thing is just, this. I'm hoping that our judicial system pays attention to all that stuff. But, again, it's about technicalities of what you can prove. Prosecution's got to prove beyond a reasonable doubt that this is what it is. So I'm going around with everybody. I'm going to start with Anwar because he's the wisest of all of us. And in your wisdom, how do you feel about this trial?
Man, you talk so long, I forgot about it.
Oh,
Now let
Yeah,
me
no
stop.
shit.
But honestly, the moment that really hit me was the little girl yesterday who testified when she said, you know, I kept saying sorry to my dad and my father and all my cousins because I didn't do anything. You
Yeah.
know, that's what really hurt me. It's like people feel they're taking the blame for everything that happened because they feel like they should have intervened to save his life, but they didn't because, of course, it's a police officer. The kid who ultimately led to him getting the cops called on him said, I wish I would have checked the bill because this would have never happened if I didn't take the bill. I mean, the thing about it is that this man ultimately died over $20, a fake $20 bill. He didn't steal out of the store. He passed a fake $20 bill. They're saying his friend did it earlier. They thought it was them. Who knows? But anyway, $20 to buy a pack of cigarettes. So what you're looking at is a company being out of $20. That is their total. That's their total loss through this all transaction. This black man lost his life over $20. That's all I can say is that you watching it, it's surreal. You've seen different angles of how it went down. You get other people's testimony of what happened. And what it all boils down to is we need to do something about how are. I
Being
mean,
police.
it's a two-edged sword. It's way too complex for me to actually address it. However, people, if you're being arrested, you need to just calm down. And police officers don't need to use that type of abuse because this was police brutality. You keep your knee on a guy's neck till he stops breathing. First he was talking, he said he can't breathe, then he stopped talking, and you kept it on him 3 minutes after that. Like that is above beyond restraint. And then he said afterwards is that he was a big guy. I had to take him down. Like yo, he's a human being. He's not an animal. You know what I mean? Like
Mhm.
I gotta leave it alone after that. That's all
Yeah.
I gotta say.
No, you're right, but that's the whole thing. The inhumane way they dealt with this gentleman. It's just it's a heartbreaking thing, and it just I don't know how if you're a decent person, you can't see it the way that you're talking about it. So I get it. Ward, what do you want
Um,
to have
to
some
me, it just
conversation?
is. To me, it's an open shut case. To me, it's
Uh,
open and shut case. He murdered the man. The defense, his attorneys are a joke. They trying to argue the fact that you kept your man on what now is 9 minutes. A little
right,
over 9 minutes, they say he was on this man's
right,
neck,
right.
and to try to say that the crowd was getting rowdy, so he
That's the
he
thing that
couldn't
they're
focus
really
on his job.
arguing, and I've seen
Come
from the
on, man.
defense.
Come
Yeah,
on, it is a joke. I mean, all this testimony, all these testimony people are giving is crushing them. You know what
right,
I'm saying? It's sad, man. Like I watch a little bit of it here and there, but I can't sit there and watch it like that, man. It's just too depressing. It's too much going on right now. You know what I'm saying?
right.
And what's the one? What was she? EMT, the one young white
Yes,
girl.
yes, yes,
Yeah, she
yes.
spoke brilliantly, and she broke like everybody up there is broke down. Like it's crazy,
Right,
And
right.
then she
But
killed him. And he said, remember he said, well, when you got an emergency and you dealing with a rowdy crowd, don't you have a hard time focusing on your job? She said, no, I do my job. I can block out everything else because I'm professional. I do my job. Crushed him with that.
right, right. And again, because that's the whole thing that they're really trying to push. That seems to be the main strategy for the defense that I've seen so far is to try to put it on the crowd, like you're in a hostile environment, and that you couldn't do your job as far as taking care of the young man that you had in custody. So
Yelling to get off of somebody's neck because you're killing is now hostile.
No, it isn't. No one really, came towards them. No real threat to their person or anybody else around them.
And that man, I just heard this today. Even after they say he had no pulse, he still was kneeling on his neck for another, what they say, like almost a minute.
Yep. So they're trying to argue that this was no cause. I think that's the biggest thing that they're going with. That they were at no fault of how he died. And it's like you got one man on the gentleman's neck, and you have other two guys on the other part of his body. Because that's another thing. Keep forgetting about that. There was 3 grown men on this.
Yeah, for a time. Yeah, for a little while. Yeah, it was.
Right.
Then 2 of them got off.
Right.
Not to mention he was handcuffed. Like
right. He was already handcuffed. And then here's the other thing I didn't notice until I watched the different angles. He had gotten a vehicle, and then they pulled him through the vehicle and put him on the ground.
Yeah.
It was like, wait a second. I didn't know that. I thought everything was outside.
Yep.
Yeah, he was already in the vehicle, restrained in the vehicle. They got him in, and they closed one door. They walked to the other side, and then they opened the other door and pulled him out. So how is this not your fault? You got him in the vehicle already.
They're killing me with this thing. Oh, he overdosed. Man, come on, man.
Right.
Come on, man.
Right.
Because he just because he had a habit, don't mean he overdosed. What overdose that knee on his neck? That's what overdose.
That was the overdose.
Every time there's a death or a murder, they go to the toxicology report.
Of course, because they got to find a way out of it.
Right.
I remember one time when my son had got into an accident a couple years back. Over there in Virginia, ran at Woodbridge somewhere. And I think it was down in Stafford. Anyway, and it was a police officer that hit him. Totally his fault. Yep, totally was his fault. He had, I think he was, I was like 17, 18.
And it was in Virginia?
In Virginia.
Okay, I know.
And so, we ended up having to, let the car get, pulled because the jank was completely total. They were waiting to call, the insurance company kept calling and asking about where's the car. And we were like, we thought you guys had it. Come to find out, it was in the police impound lot. Then we go pick the vehicle up, and the dashboard is completely ripped off. Now, there was nothing that happened in the accident that would suggest the dashboard needed to be off of the vehicle. It wasn't off when we saw it after the accident. So what do you think was going on? You're looking for a reason to get my son because your officer got into an accident with him.
But what was his reason for going in the car in the first place?
That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm alluding to. Yeah. There's no reason.
Drugs. They were trying to find drugs.
But he had no right. What was he had no right to go searching in the car.
No. This is supposed to be you move the jank off of the accident scene and waiting for us to come get it.
He gave him. Did he give him consent to search the car?
Nope.
Yeah, I don't think he needed a warrant.
Well, he couldn't search the car then. That's not getting in an accident is not probable cause. Search the car now unless you smell drugs or alcohol.
And that definitely wasn't going on in his car.
Right. And that's used all the time.
Yeah.
Oh, I smell.
Yeah, but that wasn't going on in that car that night.
Yeah.
So again, simple shit. Just take accountability for your mess up, deal with it, take care of the people that are hurt by it and move on. Don't, demonize them. And it's funny how that works with certain individuals because we saw, this recent thing in Atlanta with the other gentleman, when it comes out, he's had a bad day, he's got a sexual problem, blah, blah, blah. All that stuff comes out. We had this man's court case after he's already in the ground for a year. And you still trying to make him into some kind of boogeyman. How? But again, it's going to be interesting to see how this one plays out. For me, I hope it goes the way that I would think the general public would like it to go. Because I don't know what's going to be the reaction if it doesn't. If this dude gets 4 years versus 10 to 15 to life, that's not going to be a good look for America. It just really isn't. And also, further still, there's got to be some kind of adjustment in the law because we can't keep reliving this story over and over again. We just can't. So that's the only thing to me that's going to change. I don't know how y'all. I guess is that what y'all see too, or y'all am I crazy with that?
I don't know. I mean, they keep saying, we got to have more training and this and that. But
I mean, training is one thing, but also punishment. If you
They
cross the
need to
line,
do
there's a lot
better
of things.
background check and site evals on these
Right,
climbers.
right.
Yeah.
Make sure that you're not putting out, and also change the way that policing is done. Because right now, the police force, to me, is just a tax collector. That's their main mode of operation.
yeah,
Citations,
yeah,
violations, all kinds of
yeah,
money
depending on where
generated
you
for
live. Yeah, they
especially
really
the
are.
more the
Policing
rural area.
policing is not going to change until American customs are changed because we worship
Property,
property and money and
money,
capital
uh-huh,
more than we worship people.
life. Uh-huh.
Exactly. So until that change, there's going to be a very hard time stopping the police from hurting people because what they want to protect is the interest of the people who pay their bills, which is the taxpayers, which
Uh-huh.
most of the time are in the wealthy neighborhoods. So they
Right.
want protection over their wealth. And until
Right.
we start valuing lives more than we value the dollar, we will always have these issues.
Real talk, because
Yeah.
America. See, the problem with America, it caters to corporations now instead of American people. So when you ran like a corporation, you look at people as numbers, and you can't. When you're dealing with people, you can't operate like that, and that's the problem with a lot of corporate America. I mean, look what Amazon, what they doing to
Ooh,
people, man. It's
let's
crazy.
talk about that for a
You know,
second, real quick. That is
yeah,
absolutely insane. Killer Mike had did that video. I think we talked about it real briefly last week. But
yeah.
you know,
Alabama when they trying to form a union.
uh-huh. And it's absolutely crazy. You know how they're doing, like you said, numbers. They're not humans. They're numbers.
Explain the
They're,
It
story
is
real quick.
absolutely. You've been blessed to be the richest man on the planet, and you treat your people
Right.
like it can't end well for somebody to do people like that, man. Karma is a real thing if you don't believe it.
I
You know what
agree.
I'm saying? They
but
got them pissing
capitalism is too,
they got
though.
them pissing in water bottles. They got was a couple of dudes even say they had this shit in bags on the truck. Yo,
Yeah,
what the
just to
like,
keep
yo?
them
Delivery
missing their
time.
time.
And
Uh-huh.
these dudes
Yeah.
dropping my packages off in my door, yo.
And we got the package
Well,
dropped off in their car.
And then blue
Yeah.
Amazon vans.
well,
Those
you
Yeah.
know
guys.
something.
Yeah.
That's the expectations. You know.
You got to get
But
that
on the
money.
flip
That's
side, if you
crazy.
don't get your package on time, you pissed.
Right. And that's what Killer
And
Mike
that's
said in
another
that
thing with us.
video.
We gotta stop being in a rush to get, you know what I'm saying,
Mm,
now. That's a fast food society, man.
right.
And people need to be
Everybody
able to
needs
pay a
instantaneous.
little bit more so people can have a little higher salaries too.
Well, that's also the money coming from Mr. Bezos because, again, he could share more of
Oh,
his money.
absolutely. Yeah, he don't need. Yeah, what does he make? 40 million a year or something?
Right. So,
More than that.
more than that,
Made
yeah.
60
So,
million last year during the pandemic. Last summer
yeah,
made
well,
60 million.
that was the best
Oh
Billions.
year
no,
for him.
almost $1
And
billion,
then
yeah.
Yeah.
Amazon
Last
Jim
summer.
pays no
Bezos
corporate
worth
taxes.
billions.
Oh yeah, he almost a trillionaire.
Yeah. So,
Well, I
again,
don't think he's that high, but he's up there.
man, he's a
They
billionaire.
say he gonna be the world. Well, he ain't gonna be the full world's first trillionaire. It was Mansa Musa,
Mansa Musa.
but they saying he on track to be the modern day first big trillionaire.
Yeah. But, again, that's the reason why we're dealing with the problem or the situation is what it is. Greed, doesn't reward or take account humanity. So the man to get to where he's got to do, he's got to do some things that
Oh yeah.
This is the most recent of examples. But you don't get to be that big without being able to turn a blind eye to human suffering on a certain level. Most of the companies, I mean, we're talking about him, but most companies in America are like that. They don't care about their employees.
Most companies in the world are like that.
Yeah. So I mean, it's just a part of the business, paying and doing the business. So again, like Mike is saying, and like I was alluding to, the customers got adjusted because we're the ones giving the money. So if they're gonna listen to anybody, they're gonna probably listen to that.
Yeah.
And that's what seems
Yeah,
in
the
recent
problem with
history.
that, people don't care. No, somebody's ordering on Amazon right now.
That's the
But
thing.
again, like I said, until that happens, we're gonna have
Yeah,
a problem. And so we can't just
yeah.
whack up. Well, that's not gonna happen. But if we're going to talk about what needs to happen, that's what needs to happen.
I mean, it's completely destroyed the
Oh, I
experience
get it, and
going
that's what
into a
needs to
store.
happen. But that ain't what's gonna happen.
You know,
Go ahead, Jeff. You say?
I was saying it's completely destroyed the experience of going into like a record store, a music store, and look, you know, just looking for something. You know, you can't do that anymore because of these stores. You know, the whole world has changed now.
Well, that record industry is kind of based upon, you know, vinyl has been on decline for about the last 30 years. That's really
Not
been
now,
the
not
issue.
right now. It's been.
I mean,
It's
it's
not on
coming
the it's
back,
not on
but
the level that
it's
it
not
was
on the
before,
level when it
where they
was
can
when
just turn up press
Thriller came out.
machines. Right, right. Yeah, they not ain't not gonna
Oh,
see that again.
it's coming way back. Y'all be surprised. It's
Dude,
making.
the
Yeah,
demand for vinyl is not that
you got
high.
some vinyl selling for $1,500, yo.
It's a
You got
collector piece.
CD,
The
yeah,
reason why
That's
they're
you
doing
got
it, they don't want
right,
volume. They
exactly.
yep,
want
a
exclusiveness. They're
collector.
not looking for,
A lot
again,
of
like I
people
said, like the record press before.
people that buy vinyl want audio quality. That's why they buy it.
And they're also retro, and they're also looking for that, old
It's
school
quality.
feel too.
As much the quality is
What I'm
you can't get what you can get on vinyl. You can't get it digital.
Most people don't care enough for that.
well, that's what I
Check the
mean, Jeff.
numbers.
Is that it's not a Main Street item. Like when
Exactly.
vinyl came out,
No, it's
you
not
either bought the
mainstream,
tape or
but it's
the
not gone.
record.
It's not gone.
No, I'm not saying that it's gone. I'm just saying it's not mainstream no more. You
So
know,
it's not
back
going to
in
reach
the
the numbers.
80s, everybody had a record player.
But
You know,
I'll
you
say
had a
this:
record player of a tape deck.
every major artist that comes out, you can go on Amazon and buy a vinyl record of that artist.
I don't disagree that.
Let all finish there, Jeff. Go ahead.
I'm not disagreeing with you, Jeff, but what I mean is that when vinyl was popular, I had records, Bobby had records, Ward had records, you had records. Now, I don't own a record.
Record player.
Ward, I think a record or even a
You
record
should.
player.
You should, damn it.
My man.
I'm not going to argue with what that. I'm not going to argue with that. But what I'm going to say is that it's not mainstream most of the time. The main avenue that most people listen to music is through
Oh yeah.
streaming now.
Right. And that's what we're trying to get to. Is like, yeah, it's still there, like you're saying, Jeff, but the upcline or uptick is not going to be that high. It's going to probably stay at the level it's at right now. Maybe a couple more points on the board, but as versus again, supply and demand is the basic, structure of how the economy works, right?
I could see it overtaking CD sales because CDs are declining.
I mean, yeah, that's fine, but again, it's not enough to bet the farm on either, because the technology is going a different direction. I like having tangible things in my hands.
Yeah.
I like DVDs. I like tapes and all that stuff because I feel paying for digital stuff. I'm just paying for air.
That's right.
At the end of the day, but unfortunately, the accessibility, again, like Ward was saying, as society, not just America, I would always like to limit it to us, but everybody's about convenience and conveyance. I have it at the tip of my finger whenever I want it.
I know the day it comes out.
So, and instead of having to do that process of waiting, which is again alluding to what Ward was saying about likelihood of everybody wanting to join forces and hold the Amazon giant at bay. It's hard because everybody wants what they want when they want it. It's a microwave society. People want instant gratification on almost every front, including not limited to
I need that pocket pussy now.
Right, there you go, buddy.
Homie, that's how you
Greased
feel?
up. That's how you do.
I think the biggest loss was to me, and I still have it when I had CDs. I love album covers, and with vinyl, you get a big album. I love the artwork on that. I love seeing, all right, what's he gonna do with the album cover? And that's part of the experience with me.
Yeah, and you're not alone. There's a lot of people, or there's good enough number of people out there that feel that same way.
Yeah.
And they want those aesthetics and that tangible, like you said,
right?
Piece in front of them. So,
there's a lot of people just don't.
Are y'all social distancing?
Yes, we are.
Okay, don't make me call the boys.
You can go ahead and call them all you want, champ. I don't care. Anyway, so going into our next subject matter here. And I'm going to tell you what, my cousin, I am proud of you, sir. You've been master on the switch and boards there. You are doing it, El Grande. Shout out to Aunt Weezy one more time.
Appreciate
Full
it, man.
Feezy cocked up and ready to go. Yes, indeed. So the next one we were talking about is you like what song? So basically, this one is going to be a segment where, if you know us, you know a person, you kind of got an idea in your mind what they like, what turn they're going to make here, and so we just throw a little off turn, left turn, if you will, and let you know some songs that maybe you probably would not think that the MTS crew would like. So we're gonna go around and just blurt out whatever and just talk about it and go ahead and take conversation. So you know what, Jeff? We're gonna go with you there, weirdo. What song do you think that we would be surprised to know, or let's throw us off about you?
One of my guilty pleasures, I gotta say, is George Michael. George Michael.
Ooh.
Okay, Georgie boy.
Back in the 80s,
Yeah.
Careless Whisper, Faith, some of them joints.
Okay. I can see that. That definitely because again, you gotta know enough about Jeff. El Jefe is a real against the grain kind of guy. Pop stuff in particular, he doesn't seem to always be a fan of. So that definitely is a weird one for me because George was definitely mainstream.
Yeah.
And those songs in particular.
When that comes on, I just sit down.
Yeah. But I'm a big George Michael fan. That's my guy, and that's definitely one of my ones. Hey, Wardy, throw me one. I need to hear it from you. Isaac Hayes himself. What's that song, son? What's them songs, son?
DJ Snake and Justin Bieber, Let Me Love You.
Oh, yes. The Biebs song. Yes.
Bieber?
Yes.
I don't even know that song.
Sir, that's my joint, and I don't care. That's my joint. I'll bump it in the whip. I don't care. That's my joint right there. Check it out, y'all. I heard it. DJ Snake, Justin Bieber, Let Me Love You is a classic.
Wow.
I'm going to have to check that out.
And he's not bullshitting.
Yeah, I played it so much, my kids hate that song now. And they're the ones that put me onto it.
Were you listening to that song when you got that Justin Bieber tattoo?
No, I don't have no Justin Bieber tattoo. I'm about to get tattoo shop up the street from me.
Wow.
I don't do all that. I don't blaspheme my backside. I don't do that. There's a tattoo shop up the street from me. The dude up there, I'm gonna go see him. I'm gonna give me a Batman and Joker tattoo. This will be my next one.
Okay.
That's pretty dope.
All right. Well, you know what? Going on to you there, Jorge. What's the one, bruh? Or ones? Wow. What? Wow.
Why am I not surprised?
Sorry, I rock with Rihanna hard, yo. Anything Rihanna does, I love, yo.
That's not surprising.
No?
You can get something better than that.
That joint be rocking, though.
That's not surprising.
Wow.
Nah, you need another one.
Okay.
You need another one.
Nah, I rock with Rihanna, man. Like, yo, I'm sorry, yo. Rihanna does it. I love it. You know what I mean?
You got to be on it. It's hot like Cheetos, huh?
Yes, sir.
I mean, hey, you know what? I've always got a couple, so I'm just going to give you a couple that have happened in the last couple of weeks where I've played it around people and they looked at me like, what? This one that I have is by Miss Sybil. I'm going to do this El Ghetto style.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now, what year was this?
This is 80s, son. This is some 80s, son.
Oh, yeah. We were kids.
Yeah. This is childhood memory.
This is the joint right here.
But when you like on normal, when I'm riding around, you hearing State of Grace, you hearing some real raw stuff. So I pull up next to you after playing that, and then come with that. That's kind of weird.
That's
a lot of
pretty
people
funny.
don't.
I agree.
Yeah, that's a big swing. And then the other one was True I cannot remember the name.
Oh, Spandu Ballet.
There you go.
Yeah, but
There
that
you
was
go.
hip hop though. Like that ain't.
But people always look at me weird for playing it. Yo, I'm gay or some shit.
Yo,
Wild shit. Don't disrespect
All right,
me.
I got one more
I
for you.
know you.
This is my jam, though, man. Look, I got that Jake turns on, son. That's it, son. That's my shot, son.
I got one for you. Don
Go ahead.
Henley, New York Minute. That's my
Okay,
drop.
okay. Again, and the thing about me, you really can't play this game too much with me because if you know me for real, you know I'm a pretty eclectic taste in music. It's not any genre that I won't touch. If it's good enough and it rocks, I don't care what it is. I'm gonna rock with it. And then here's the other thing about me: I'm Mr. Pete and repeat. I will wear a song out if I like it. And that True Drink was definitely one of those ones.
Yeah.
Definitely was.
Yeah, that whole 80s.
Stepping Out by Joe Jackson. That's my drop too.
Ooh.
Joe Jackson.
Yeah,
Wow.
Joe Jackson, Stepping Out. And
Centipede.
can't forget about Simply Red holding back the tears.
That's my other one.
When you posted that before, I hadn't heard that song
Keep holding on. That's
That's
what I dropped
right
for.
there. Somebody play that, please. That's the joint right there.
Hold on.
That's the one.
Let me see if I can. Let me see if I can do this for you guys. Hold on.
When I heard that song, it was like it doused with memories.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. That's definitely one of the ones that.
Next time I get
When you
married,
hear the first drop, go ahead, bro.
next time I get married, I'll be playing that song at the reception.
Really? I hope to be in attendance this time because I didn't get an invitation.
Yeah, you might get one.
Yeah,
I didn't have one the
I'm not
first.
holding
I
my
didn't have
breath
one
because
the first time.
Broadcasting live.
I had one the first time the Justice of the Peace came to the crib.
I mean, but still, I didn't get even told. I didn't get no notification. I ain't get nothing.
Business.
I just come out like,
It
oh,
wasn't
my
really
man,
nobody
hey,
business.
word.
Two people that
Yeah, I
get
got
married.
one for y'all.
That's how I feel about it.
Hold on. Let me get it to him. There you go, Jeff.
Oh, yeah.
There you go, Halfway.
Gotta let that breathe for a second. Hold on.
That's it right there.
Hold up, boy. Hold up.
I thought I'm messing y'all up.
Yeah, you can hold on, son.
I'm sorry, man.
No, you good, bro. You get done the snake joint, too.
What about Cindy Lauper, Time After Time?
That shit right there.
Time after time. Yeah, that was my joint, too.
Well, that's my drop, too.
This one right here, that's Simply Red joint. This is something. This song.
And I mean, that's that chorus, too.
Yes, indeed. Yeah, but them cats over there grew up so rough, son. You know what I mean? Some hard shit. Like you said on the low on some hip hop shit. You telling me about your hard times, your block, yeah? Shit was wild, son. Go ahead there. There you go. I want my fault.
No, you good. Now
What
I
was the
was
one you
playing
got?
was Easy Lover by Phil Collins and the dude from the Gap Band. Philip Bailey.
Yeah. That is a classic. That is a classic. Hit that joint real quick.
Wow.
Yeah.
I can see a dude driving down 264 right now.
Wow.
Bumping lines of coke, bumping this song.
Wow.
This is
Yeah,
America.
Going raw in the paint.
Easy
Cooked
Lover.
out.
Come on, man.
Wearing a Hawaiian shirt anymore.
Nah, man. Lime green tank top with some.
Wow.
No. He a lawyer.
Remember back in the
He a
days when
lawyer. He
dudes
just
had the
want to
spike
get case out
hair?
of court.
You said what?
No, I said the dude driving a Ferrari. He a lawyer. He just want a big case. So he wide open going to the crib.
Got that nose wide open.
Cocaina. Going crazy.
That 80s coke.
I love the wild song. People like, you like that? Yeah, like that.
Yeah,
You don't
it's a
like
drop right there, bro.
Yeah. Soul Cell, Tainted Love. Come on,
Oh,
man.
that's it right there. Yeah.
Talking
Hey,
Heads, Road to
hard.
Nowhere. We're on the road to nowhere. That's what I dropped too.
Talking Heads did Down by the River. They did that one nice too.
Oh yeah, no doubt. That was crazy.
And the Doobie
That's
Brothers. I mean, the
so
Doobie Brothers. What a fool believe. That's my drop.
Yeah, it's a lot of songs I can go on for days and days, man.
You know, that's
Yeah.
definitely, I like that subject. We're gonna probably bring it back again later on for y'all. Definitely was enjoyable for us. I know that everybody had a nice little kid memory on that
Working
one.
9 to 5.
I sing it.
Oh, it's hard to make a living, baby.
Dolly Parton, dog. That's how you
Yes,
sing it.
sir.
Mm-hmm.
Allie was my
She
girl,
still would
son.
get it. She still would get it. You seen her lately? She still
Wow.
would get
Oh,
it.
she's the best.
Wow.
She got mountains on her back.
Vintage
Wow.
vagina.
This guy's doing
Yep.
it. He out of
Yep.
control, bro.
Me and Jeff, we going in.
Tag team back
Yeah.
again. Gonna get it right
Yes,
again.
sir.
No fun about
Yes,
it.
All I
indeed.
need,
Not at
all I
all.
need you to do is
Tag
hold the camera.
again.
That's all I need you to
Yes, indeed. That's it. A little bit of water. Got to stay hydrated.
do. Yeah.
Time,
You
time for
gotta
time
pass me
for
the.
some
You gotta
action,
pass me the
nigga. Let's
vitamin.
go.
I'll be
You
like
gotta pass me the
12
vitamin water. You gotta keep the
Going
vitamin
ball
waters
deep.
coming.
Yes,
Yeah.
sir. Yo, so going into our next subject matter, we got a couple album reviews. We got Flea Lord first on the docket. He did join with DJ Muggs. What's the name of it there, Jeff?
Ram LZ.
Ram LZ. And I mean, it's just another, just like Muggs has been partnering up with a lot of different people, and it just seems to me like this dude can talk to every MC spirit and marries up the shit perfect.
Yeah.
And he did a great job with this brother Flea Lord's production, and Flea brought his motherfucking A game. This shit is fucking great. So I'm gonna go ahead and get Jeff to go ahead and start talking about this. I know him and Ward. I want y'all to go ahead and go back and forth about this one because y'all was the ones that hit me on it, and y'all definitely was on the watch for this one and told me that this shit is gonna be what it is. And let me tell you, it is what they say it is. So y'all go ahead and take it off. Go ahead, do you think?
Yeah, look, DJ Muggs is just on a roll again. It's Flea Lord, named after Ram LZ. He put out a famous record, Beat Bop, 1983. So this is like an homage to Ram LZ. And it's a rugged, raw record, similar to the Rome Streets, but also different in a lot of ways. Lead off track, Sleeping Never Eaten, the beat just hooked me right away. I love that beat. And they just put out a video for, I guess it's the lead off single they're putting, Mansion in the Ghetto. That's crazy too. Because I love when Flea Lord like sings, does that sing song with his voice. Any album Muggs puts out, the production is just incredible. And these are just 10 or 11 tracks, and they're all hits.
Yeah. Yeah, the album is bananas. Like my favorite joint up there is 45 in My Pocket.
Oh, that's
They have Muggs flip the G Unit popping them things beat. And what's that joint on the driver's seat joint? Shouting out CNN.
Yeah.
The whole album, man, like the joint with Ghostface, Wallabies and Gucci Lovers. Oh my god.
And Gucci Lovers. Whoa.
Ghost got off on that joint.
That was incredible.
Yeah,
Hearing
but
Ghostface with Muggs.
and yo man, like and Flea Lord, man, somebody need to get that dude. How many in the last year and a half, he done dropped like 25 albums, man.
That's right.
And then in the name of Prodigy, that album is dope. Check that out. For all you real hip hop heads out there, please check that album out. Like Flea Lord is that dude, man. The underground is starting to get its shine.
Yeah, it really is.
And like I said, without these brothers' console, I would not know. Like Flea Lord, 100% underneath my radar. Jeff and Ward put me on to him with the first of that Prodigy joint. Like you said, when I heard that, oh yeah, this dude's official.
Another great Flea Lord album I'm listening to lately is called Lucky 13.
Yeah, that joint dope too.
Yeah.
Like, does that dude just live, sleep the studio? He got to, man.
It's like Tupac used to be.
Right.
Yeah.
Because even in that album, what was the first one he released, or Slash released in 2019? I remember
What's
hearing the
that?
outro.
Pray for that pray. Is that pray for the evil too?
I think
I
it
know
was
that
that
joint was
one.
crazy too.
And they had an outro with this young lady, and she was talking about how he came in that year, was saying he was going to do this, and he did it, and he put out multiple albums, and it was just like, yo,
was it one a month?
yeah. And I'm like, and I had to check the record, and I was like, yo, he wasn't bullshit.
Yeah.
So again, the work ethic is through the roof, and you don't get let down on this one. This is definitely the LTW. Can I say it's Smacker approved?
Smacker, definitely.
Smacker approved.
Because
you
that
got
dude
to
is
check
amazing,
it out.
man.
Absolutely, and also the other ones that they mentioned too. Go ahead, what was saying?
No, I was just saying that dude is amazing. I like, I like to see like people that really love the game get their shine. He one of the ones that, you know what I'm saying, eventually, like Griselda, climb their way to the top. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. It's great to see him working with someone of the stature of DJ Muggs. He earned his way up there.
Yeah, but like you said, Ward, I'd like to see a person that actually respects and is a student of the game get their shine. It's always a good look. So the next album we got on review is our homeboy from up there in Buffalo with the beautiful people at Griselda, Benny the Butcher, and his latest release, The Plugs I Met Too. If you've heard the first one, and if you've heard anything that Benny's done, I'm going to jump out there on a limb. It's right on par with what you're used to. He does not let you down. This joint was another great view into his mind, and he performed like a tactician. I mean, I absolutely enjoyed it. Did you get a chance to listen to the Plugs I Met Too?
No, sir, I didn't get a chance on yet. I ain't even gonna lie. Expected from me, man. I gotta,
Hey, man, I'm looking for consistency. I'm good.
I'm being
I'm
consistent.
good.
Exactly.
I'm good. That's why I went there first. So I'm gonna go to somebody that really has let listen to it. There, LTW. How do you feel about the Butcher and his work on this one?
I like the album, and I never you can't question it because Benny always bring it. It's not my favorite Benny album, you know what I'm saying? I must admit. But I mean, it's a dope album, you know what I'm saying? But it's just not. It don't hit to me like the First Plugs or Burden of Proof. You know what I'm saying?
Okay,
that's just me personally.
I can see that.
I mean, he always spitting. You know what I'm saying? You can't never deny the man lyrics.
No, you cannot. That is that.
And I see they starting to branch out, working with people like he got 2 Chainz on it, Fat Joe on it. Even though Fat Joe done been on a couple of their joints, French Montana.
Right.
So I say they starting to kind of spread out. You know, I was surprised to see he got a video for that joint. What's that, Jake, with 2 Chainz? Plug Talk.
God.
They got a video for that joint. Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't know that, man.
Yeah,
wow.
They got a video for that joint.
Oh shit. Okay. El Jefe, how you feeling?
Kind of different from Ward. I really liked it. I love Harry Fraud production, and I love how he produced the whole album. And I like when they keep it short and succinct. Like 10 tracks and it's out, kind of like Illmatic was. And I'm trying to think. There's this track on Plugs I Met Too. It's one of my favorites of the year. And it's escaping me, man. There's a track on there that just destroys it. It's like the fifth track. The production. Harry Fraud he's a name. He's really building his resume up, and he's working with more and more people. He's going to be huge. I really think he's going to be huge.
Like I said, those are the projects that I've heard and gotten a chance to hear of his. Yeah, they always seem to come through. Again, like you said, visions of you being Static Selector, that type of level of producer. Again, he seems to be able to marry up different MCs to his style, and the project usually comes out very well. This is another one in the list of many for him.
Yeah, Harry Fraud, a dope producer. He does some classic like Styles P and the Locks. He does some classic stuff. Now Harry Fraud, he that dude. But like I said, I like the album, but out of his other projects outside of the compilation album he did with his record label, not my favorite out of him. out of
No,
his
I get it.
solo joints. But yeah,
I
I
get
mean,
it.
it's dope though.
It's a good listen.
Yeah,
Can't
definitely.
deny that. Definitely that. Worth your
And I
time.
would listen to it in the gym today. Oh, and I shout out my man in the gym today that had on a Cincinnati Reds fitted and some
Wow.
sunshades on, some jeans,
Wow.
some boots,
He did some Ocho
and a tank
Cinco.
top. Yeah, and he was
Word.
getting it in, son. He was getting
Wow.
it. Won't bust in a
Mentioned like
sweat.
580.
But yeah, well, he was getting it though. My man was pumping. My man was jumping up and
He's
shaving,
putting
shaving
in
it.
work.
Yeah, I say, yo,
He's here to work,
that's a
man.
dude working. He got a fitted on, jeans, some boots, and a tank top,
Wow.
and the big oversized headphones. You better not say
Going
nothing,
for
money.
broke.
You better not say
Going
nothing
for
to him.
broke. Going for broke.
Yeah, you better not
Jeans.
say nothing to him.
Wow.
He was doing the most.
He had to do
Sunshades
his
on,
thing.
sunshades on, son.
You know what? He just left the house and said, "No, I'm going to
Blackouts.
the gym. I don't care what I'm wearing."
Yeah, he probably just walked off the street, walked in there.
I can
He
get his
probably
work out of here real quick.
Yep.
he probably don't even pay no membership. He probably just got in and walking in at
Right. They're
256
like,
on
"No, just come on in, bro."
yeah,
You're
nigga
all
say
right.
I
shit.
mean, you clearly
Sir, you
something's
gonna
wrong with
check
you.
in?
Yeah, you're all right.
We're not
Come
gonna
on
get in the way of you.
Sir, you
You're
gonna check
obviously
in?
worked.
in.
Right.
He look at you, fuck you talking about check in. Oh,
Yeah.
go ahead, sir.
So you have a card
Yeah.
or what?
Oh my god.
Hey yo,
This
did
party
anybody
so-
see the Russell what's it? Yeah, baby Gator. Russell
Which
Westbrook,
one?
anybody see that dunk he did last night?
Oh no.
Oh,
I
look it
missed
up
that
when
Nah,
y'all
shit.
what
get
he
a
do?
chance. He
Wow.
dunked on this dude last night. Oh my god. Like I
Made
ain't
him look stupid.
thunderous. Caught him.
Crazy, son.
It was like one of them NBA 2K dunks. It was ridiculous.
Wow. So he's been doing again. He's been putting up some
He
numbers.
playing with the
Ball, but the
Bullets.
Wizards is
He's with
trash.
the Wizards.
Yeah,
Yeah,
the
that's the
Bullets
only
are
thing.
trash. I call them the Bullets because that's what they should be called.
That's what they
But
should
That's what
be
they
called.
should be
that's what
called. That's
cancel
right.
culture started. That's what cancel culture was first started
Yo,
bubbling.
You know what? That's true. That's true, Ward.
It's
Yep.
funny that the Bullets are come quicker than the Redskins did.
yo, they don't play
Yeah,
no
that's
defense,
crazy.
man.
That
I
shit
don't even know
nuts.
who plays for the Wizards. I haven't known who plays for the
Outside
Wizards
of
in
Westbrook, that's
years.
it.
Last dude I
Yeah,
remember that
Westbrook on
played for the
all
Wizards was Juwan
field.
Howard.
Wow.
Ah,
Taking it way back, nigga. That was like,
What John Wall? What he
Jesus,
had
come
Juwan
got?
Hyde
on.
been
Yo,
retired like 10 years.
Yeah,
I
wow.
Right.
can't get into the NBA this year for some reason. I don't know what it is,
Nah, I've
man.
been watching it, man. Like,
I've been
It's
I haven't
the
had it on,
bubble.
but
It's the bubble.
like
what is
especially
Yeah,
on? They
when
no.
got fans like
nah,
Boston on
especially
right
when
now. They got
Ball
fans
was
in the
Go
playing.
stands.
ahead, go ahead, Anwar.
Especially when Ball was playing.
Uh-huh.
Yo, the rookie. Oh man, on the Hornets, he's
Oh,
nice,
money
yo.
is
Like,
nice.
yo, the
Was
dude
it
made a
his brother? His
pass.
brother. He better than his brother. Way better than his brother.
Uh, Lord have mercy.
He out for the rest of the
I
year,
mean,
right?
yeah, the passes he make is crazy.
Yeah.
Like I remember they showed a pass, like the window he threw the pass was like a quarterback trying to hit a receiver over on the side of the shoulder
He
before he
did some. He does that. He does some
sideline.
Pat Mahomes stuff, yo.
Yeah,
Hmm.
like
Yeah, I
pass,
watched a
like
couple of
man,
their games. Yeah,
it's crazy.
if they build around him, the Hornets gonna be something to deal with in the next couple
Uh,
of years. They build around him, right? 'Cause that boy is nice. Like I said, he way better than his brother. He ain't scared neither,
nah,
and he can
not at
shoot from
all.
out. And he can shoot from outside.
Where's
Yeah.
he from?
What's the ball?
The ball, he Lonzo. Remember the dude, the LeVar Ball that used to run his mouth all the time.
That's his
He
son.
he won't
His
lie about
last
his
son.
He won't lie about his younger son though, because that
No, he
dude is a
wasn't.
Mellow
beast.
ball.
Uh-huh.
Yeah,
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. He hurt right now, right?
you don't even see him on TV no more. Thank God.
No. I think you figured it out. I think you figured it out. Because you couldn't get him away from a screen before or the TV camera before.
Let me ask y'all a random
I
question.
like
This
his
goes for the
dad. I
people
like
out there in TV land. Y'all looking for? I know we always look forward to the spring or summer, but this year, are y'all really looking forward to the spring or summer because people getting vaccinated, this thing turning around. Y'all looking at like get back out there. Y'all still gonna be? I mean, we're gonna be cautious, but are you still gonna limit your movement like you did last summer?
The answer is simple for me, yes. I'm not really in any mood to move around or do anything.
Where if you got the vaccine, you think you would, or you still be on the
Still
same?
wouldn't be about it. Still wouldn't be.
Still not gonna move around, brother.
Nope.
And what about that road trip, man? We've been playing this for years.
That's
yo, I'm
fine.
about to hit the streets, dog. Yo, I'm good.
Yeah. I know
You already been out there,
was
my
already out.
dude.
You
You
was
know
already in the
me.
scene.
So
G, what
now at
you
least
talking
you be a
about?
little better covered this time. I
Yeah,
don't worry about you as much, but
Dude,
you
man,
already
I
been out
dodged the
there.
bullet, man. Like you can't get. So what? I left the house, man. You know,
Hey
Hey,
man,
no, so stop playing it like that,
me,
dude.
I go a
you,
lot of nature walks.
me, you, and Jeff need to go half on the rental car and hit 85 all the way down to
You've
ATL.
already propositioned this numerous
Hey,
times
come on,
over
man. We got to
already.
do it, man. We
So
got
I
to do a
mean,
show
Come
together.
on,
We
man.
all got to be in the
That
same
city got
room.
good
You know, we got
wings.
to,
yeah,
yeah.
like
Just
I
to get,
said,
we ain't got to go hit the street when we get
I,
down there
I
just to
already,
hang out. You know what I'm saying?
my
We can
guy,
still
my
be, we
guy,
can still be
my guy,
isolated.
my guy, stop politicking.
My man.
You already know
God dang.
what I've already told you. I already answered this question, and you keep trying to come back to it like a kid. Like I'm not going to change the answer. I said
Yeah,
yes if
I'm
everything is
waiting.
going the
I'm
right
waiting.
way. I'll
Yeah,
go.
yeah.
If it ain't,
It's
I'm not. I don't give a
it's
shit
going the right way.
how y'all feel. That's going to be the answer. So I've already answered
I
for you.
gotta find somebody to go to ATL with.
There you
Man,
go.
down, man.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I'm
okay.
coming down there, homeboy. Don't even worry about it. I'm coming down there.
You'll come
That's
down.
for sure.
We hang out. We
Promise
wild.
I
Yeah,
Out.
that's for
Y'all go
sure.
ahead and have fun, Hotlanta.
Yeah.
How do you think? Let me know
Sure.
how that goes.
I'm trying to meet me a wife down there. That's what I'm
I
trying
don't,
to
I
do.
don't, I don't trust the damn
Yes,
media.
Come
sir.
boys,
Well,
next
Yes,
yeah,
week.
sir. Yeah, for the
that's
love
crazy.
of
Everybody for the love award.
Right, LCW exclusive love mode. All right, that brings us to the end of another one. MTS Crew, how did we do today? I think we did pretty good.
Yeah, this was
Did pretty
interesting,
good.
man.
Pretty good.
I mean, I looked at. I was watching a live stream also. You know, we got to work on the
Uh,
camera angles, but you know,
yeah,
first go around, we did all right, man.
I think so too. First in DMV mixtape history. So we're going to go say our parting shots. We'll go ahead and go to El Jefe. Say goodbye to the party people.
Hope everyone enjoyed it. Go out and check out Rem LZ, Freeboard DJ Muggs. That's the hottest thing going right now. And if you don't have that, you need to get Road Streets
oh
and
god,
DJ
oh that.
Muggs.
All right.
That's hot too.
That's hot in the streets too, all day. All right, there. All easy. The man running the board today on the live. And again, round of applause for my man, All Easy. Everybody give him one. Yes, sir. Yes,
Hey,
sir.
thank you, everybody, man. Just want to say, everybody have a good week. Wear your mask. I got my first shot. I'm alive. You know, they say
You
5
about to be buck wild.
on, but right now, no COVID. City Boy Summer coming to you.
Oh, no. It's about to be
Passport
hot.
in effect. I got the pre-pass for the TSA. Yo, I'm in these
Oh.
streets, B. Coming to a city near you. I'm on my world tour. You know what I mean? 2021, we bringing it back. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
And
I'm
all
coming
this whole
down,
stay
Ace.
safe. Holla at me.
We gonna burn the city up.
Wow.
Burn the A up.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah,
Come
All
yeah,
through.
it,
that.
all it takes was that government chip being put in. You good to go now.
Oh
Yes,
There you
yeah.
sir.
go, LTW.
Yes, sir.
You want to
Let
say
them know
goodbye to
I'm
the
coming.
people?
Let them know I'm coming down, Ace. Let them know I'm coming down, Ace. I'm coming down. We're gonna do the damn thing. Yeah, we're gonna burn it up. Yes, sir. I'm vaccinated. Don't listen to people. Get your vaccine. Get your vaccine. Yeah, I got a vaccine over a month ago. I ain't grew no tail and no crazy side effects. I did wake up levitating the other morning, but that could have been for anything. I ain't no blaming on that. But
You were watching
everybody
that
stay
Dave
safe
on
out there. Keep doing your
Pornhub.
damn thing. Hustle, grind. Just
There you
love, man.
go. There you
That's all
go.
we need. Some love.
Hustle and flow.
That's all we
Hustle
need.
and flow.
Yeah. We need some love. You know what I'm saying? That's
Yes,
all.
sir.
I know I need me some. You
Keep
know
it
what I'm
gangsta.
saying?
There
Yeah.
you
Mm-hmm.
go.
Hey man, you know, I want a woman that can change the oil in my car in her mama driveway. You know what I'm saying? Woman with, you know, her hands not manly hands, but like kind of rough enough when she give you a
How
good
do you
massage.
not have manly
She
hands and
work
you
it
know
out.
what an
Grease
engine?
monkey dog?
Yeah,
Dude,
yeah.
no.
You want a
Huh?
Jesus
mechanic?
Christ.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what
Yeah,
he said.
you need to go down to
No,
Valvoline,
I'm
boy.
just saying.
You shave her back?
Yeah. I'll tell you what. I want a woman that we get a flat tire, she can change the tire. That's all I'm saying. You know what I'm saying? She ain't got no problem getting out there, change the tire. She'll
Oh,
climb on the roof to clean the
That's a
gutter if she
bit
got to.
different.
Man, no man, get
Come
down.
on, man.
And the beast and the wizard in the kitchen. And the wizard in the kitchen. And in the bedroom. You know what I'm saying? You know.
Okay.
But enough of my inner thoughts. Let's keep it moving.
Yeah. All right.
Stay safe out
all
there.
right, son.
There we go.
Hey,
All right. Everybody, again, we appreciate you. If you're watching this on live, you already know what it is, but let's say it again. We're on Instagram, DMV Mixtape Show. Facebook, the DMV Mixtape Show, Apple, Google, Anchor Podcast. We will have this up there hopefully soon. Yo, we appreciate y'all. Thank y'all for listening. Thank you for watching. So holla at y'all like
Let's cut this short.
everything.
Snowfall, Henry. Come on.
Okay.
Hey,
Like he doesn't have it on
you
Hulu
got
or
2
something.
minutes.
Anyway, appreciate y'all. Shout out to Island. Thank y'all for listening and watching. Being the Mixtape Show, Big Mad Dog, MTS Crew. We'll holla at you. Peace.
Peace.